Global Go Fest 2025 is around the corner next weekend in Pokemon Go. Connected to this event is going to be a $15 ticket, and I think everyone is asking, is this $15 going to be worth your time, but more importantly, worth your money? How we're going to do this is that we're going to divide the non-ticketed experience versus the ticketed experience, and right at the end, we're going to discuss, is this ticket even worth buying? And to be honest, there's one clear answer, so let's find out. As you can see in the top left of the screen, this is the experience if you don't have the ticket. First of all, the party play feature is going to last up to 8 hours. If you party play with your members, you can get more damage in raids, which is of course going to be featured heavily with Zamazenta as well as Zacian during this weekend. Trainers can take snapshots to get encounters with most likely the Pikachu with the different accents on its top hat. You will get access to all the rotating habitats. The first habitat is going to be the Moonless Volcano, which is going to be running from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. as well as 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. on both days. Spawning there, we have Houndour, Numel, Duskull, Gothita, Golett, Fletchling, Flabebe, Redflower, Skrelp, Fuecoco, and rare response for Carbink. The Galvanic Dojo habitat is going to be running from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. as well as 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on both days. Spawning in that habitat, we have Machop, Electabuzz, Teddiursa, Scraggy, Chespin, Yellow Flower Flabebe, Pancham, Dedenne, Crabrawler, and Mienfoo. In the Hypnotic Tundra habitat, which is going to be running from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. as well as 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on both days, we can get Alolan Sandshrew, Swinub, Spheal, Piplup, Snover, Munna, Elgium, Blue Flower Flabebe, Bergmite, and rare response for Frigibax. And in the Face Swamp habitat, which is going to be running from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. as well as 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. till the end of the day, we have Clefairy, Tentacool, Mawile, Gulpin, Venipede, Popplio, Marini, Morlo, and rare response for Togetic as well as Orange Flower Flabebe. And just like it was for Carbink, Frigibanks and Carbink are going to be the shiny debuts of this event. On Saturday specifically, there are going to be added spawns to these habitats which have to do with shield Pokemon. We have Chansey, Skarmory, Larvitar, Shieldon, Shelmet, Vullaby, and Oranguru, and a rare response for Gumi. And the same thing will be happening on Sunday. Pokemon with sword features will be spawning. We have Galarian Farfetch, Cubone, Ralts, Carablast, Pawniard, Dino, Pissimian, and rare response of course for Jangmo-O, which we would have just had as Calm Day for. Non-ticket holders will also have access to the featured raids going down. So in 1-star raids on both days, we have Frigibax in there, Dapper Pikachu with the red accents, blue accents, as well as the yellow accents. And 3-star raids, we have Phalanx in there with that train costume. If you got the shiny, that would be amazing. But more importantly, I would focus on the 5-star raids, which on Saturday only is going to be Crown Sword Zamazenta. And of course, once you defeat the Crown Sword Zamazenta, you'll get an encounter with Zamazenta. But more importantly, you can get the Crown Shield energy, which effectively you're going to need, just like it is for Primal Groudon as well as Primal Kyogre. You're going to need 1,000 Crown Shield energy to get the Crown Shield Zamazenta. And the same goes for Sunday as well. Crown Sword Zacian is going to be featured in raids. If you defeat Crown Sword Zacian, you will get an encounter with Zacian, but you'll get the Crown Sword energy. Again, you're going to need 1,000 energy to get the Crown Sword Zacian. That is the non-ticketed experience in its entirety. But if you do want to buy the ticket, remember that total cost is going to be $15, and coming with that immediately we have a huge shiny boost. This is the first thing. We then can also get access to a special research which is going to reward us with an encounter with the mythical Pokemon Volcanion. Volcanion is a fire and water type Pokemon originally coming from the Kalos region, and we also get a second special branching research, which effectively we can choose a path between Zacian as well as Zamazenta, and right at the end of that research, we can get 1,000 energy depending on which Pokemon we pick. On top of that, ticket holders can get access to certain incense encounters. Some of those are going to be Torkoal, Skiddo, Pachirisu, and Klefki. Bear in mind that all of these Pokemon are regional Pokemon, which means you wouldn't normally be able to get them outside of this event. Additionally, for ticket holders, Unknown are going to be attracted to incense during this event. We have Unknown D, Unknown E, Unknown H, Unknown I, Unknown L, and Unknown S, which is of course spells shield. That is going to be during Saturday, and on Sunday, the certain unknown spawning for ticket holders will be Unknown D, O, R, S, and W, which is of course spells sword. All trainers that have the ticket are going to have access to hourly global challenges that come with some exciting rewards, And kind of coupling with that is going to be the habitat themed collection challenges, which of course we can get on the completion of catching every Pokemon in each habitat. We can get a guaranteed 3 additional surprise encounters and a ghost snapshot per day, which is again, of course, probably going to be those Pikachu in the 3 different accents. Buddy Pokemon are going to receive more hearts from all friendship activities. We can get 9 free raid passes per day, which gives us a total of 18. We can also open up 40 gifts per day. We can do up to 6 special trades per day, which is absolutely bonkers. And of course, it's going to be half the Stardust cost for each of these trades. Phew, those are all the details relating to the ticketed experience coming from GoFest. Now, if we put this on a scale to see, is this ticket even worth buying? Let's have a look at the ticketed experience to see how much would these things really cost outside of a gameplay. The first thing I'm going to touch on are going to be those raid passes, guys. We get 9 free raid passes per day, which in my opinion is absolutely broken. To get a total of 18, if you buy a raid pass from the store right now, it costs 100 coins, which is generally $1 if we use that currency. So to do 18 raids, that effectively is $18. So you're saving hugely there. If you look at the branching research between Zacian as well as Zamazenta, guys, we get an additional 1,000 energy depending on which path we pick. And again, the only way you can get energy is if you complete raids. You complete one raid, you get about 80, I think it's about 80 to 110 energy per raid. So let's just call it 100 per raid. That's another 10 raids you would have to do, which means another $1. So in that ticket is probably worth about $10. And if we look at the mythical research, just like it was for Meloetta, for example, that special research alone generally costs about $7 or $8. So all in all, to get the Volcanion, that's another $8 on top of that. And it doesn't end there, because if you look at some of the premium items we're going to be getting from all these special researches, such as premium battle passes, lucky eggs, star pieces, on top of the fact that we can get incenses as well, I think that adds even more value. And just to look at those incense bonds very quickly, normally we get about 1 to 2 regionals per year that come from different countries. In 2021, we have Chatot. In 2022 was Torkoal and Tropius. In 2023 GoFest, we had Carnivine and Pachirisu. In 2024, we had Maractus and Corsola. But in 2025, we're actually getting Pachirisu, Torkoal, Klefki, as well as Skiddo. 3 of those can be shiny. The only one that cannot be shiny during this event is Klefki. Bear in mind, Klefki can only be found in France outside of this event. Overall, this really depends on your playstyle. Are you more of a raider? Are you more of a shiny hunter? Are you more of a collector? All in all, I think the ticket kind of covers every single base here. But if we just look at the shiny hunting category, guys, I think there are 58 different spawns in the spawn pool, of which I think just over 20 of them have already had calm days. So the shinies there are probably already in your bag. But if you haven't played the previous calm days and you really want some of these shinies, specifically the regionals, I would say those are probably the rarest shinies because you cannot get them in your country. For example, if you're in Australia or in South Africa, you wouldn't get access to something like a Skiddo or a Klefki. That would maybe give trainers in different countries more reason to try and get the ticket. So in its entirety, is this ticket going to be worth your time and worth your money? I would say 1000% yes. Huge, huge, huge. We've broken up all the details and bonuses if you didn't have the ticket, and we've broken up all the details and bonuses if you did have the ticket. And to be honest, for me, it's an overwhelming yes. Also, some people have also mentioned that we had the Ultra Beasts in a raid last year, and to be honest, I think it's better that we only have something like the Crown Shield Zamazenta as well as the Crown Sword Zacian in raids, because we can really try and gun for those, especially if you don't have the Hundo, and who knows, you may even get the Shundo, because the shiny rates are probably going to be boosted at 1 in 20. So guys, that is going to be it. What is your take? Do you think that this ticket is worth it? In my opinion, 1000%. It's an easy yes for me, and that is what we're going to be doing. Guys, go with us. Please leave a like and subscribe if you really enjoyed this video. We try to break it down nice and simply to help you pick if this event is worth your time. GoFest 2025, go with us. We'll catch you on the next one, baby.